Hello everyone, welcome to your 8th CSS tutorial. In the last video we did a very funny drop down for any div. You could use this in any part of your page. For instance, you wanted a drop down where people could fill their login or username or whatever. This is how to get it done. Then if you're smart, you could figure out easily how we can put this drop down here. So here is one quick way to do that. This guy, whatever else, that's what we have here, whatever else. So we are going to try to figure out how to get it to drop down when we hover. This whatever else is inside a container called li. So we can say, hey li guy, take a class called dropdown that we already created before. Then we know you have a link, which is whatever else. But then we're going to add a hidden div on other list of content right under it. Okay, so once we have settled things like this, we could say yeah, refresh, and bang, what do you have? So as you can see, the drop down now shows up. So our next task is actually to get this box not to cover this guy. So this guy is in a div, whatever else is in a div called drop down. So we will get to our drop down and use a margin and say, hey, margin top. At the top, give us a space of, let's say, 40 pixels, for instance, and we'll refresh to see if 40 pixels is okay. Refresh, then bang, quite cool. Then the next thing is, hey, we can style this in further. We can say, hey, give us move to the right a little. If you're going to move to the right a little, then you're going to give space to the left, which is margin left, let's say 40 pixels. 40 pixels. Cool. Something like this is okay. Then we can do other things like we can say border radius. We can say 10 pixels. As you can see, 10 pixels is now curved, well curved, and looks cool. Other things we could do is to remove this border here because we put it somewhere. Where is our border? Oops. Okay, we put the drop down, we gave it a border, we'll remove this border. That's the other thing we can do just to make things look cool. Alright, so you can bang. And usually if you wanted a list in that drop down, you will come here and add a list where you have stuff like li and stuff, login, register, forgot password, and so on and so forth. You can always oops, it's conflicting with what we have here, so we can just go and still style it. Okay, and we'll have to hide it first, then we'll style it. Okay, a smart way to solve that problem is because it's conflicting with the li CSS properties we already have here, and you know, we styled the a more, the links more. So why not we use links inside here instead of just the li? So I would suggest we use links, and the programmer should be lazy, and we just use the links we've already always used. Same them. Oops, what am I doing? Okay, so that way we just have links, and then we've already styled the links, so we check, then we upgrade stuff. As you can see, they have already occupied here. Then we need to make them to stack up in horizontal. Remember what we did in the other when we are doing horizontal menu? That's what we'll just do here. We'll just make sure that each one occupies the full width. Each one is the only one on the full width. So what do? We just say every A tag inside the drop down content should have the display of block. So we say every a tag drop down content, every a tag inside the drop down content should have the display of block. That is it in CSS. Every a tag inside this guy should have the display of block. So we refresh and oops. Okay, so we had this issue. We'll just pad things up to make them show up alphabetically. So we kind of add a padding and give it, for instance, 14 pixels. And let's see, refresh. Okay, so we have what we're looking for, and we can remove this. Okay, so we had I don't just like it had being circular, I just want it to be cool. I'm reducing the curvature, the curve on the X and the edges, and refresh. So it looks better. So whatever you are doing, this is a cool way to build menus. So you can use the style we used to build the menu before and make this one much better. Thank you very much. See you in the next CSS tutorial. I'll do a couple of other cool things before we eventually round up this tutorial. As soon as we're through with this tutorial, we'll learn Bootstrap. Bootstrap makes everything easy. CSS, HTML, JavaScript, everything.